has like his hair kind of done up, and like he thinks he looks really good, but he also is still like fairly like splotchy and kind of like pimply faced, and has big glasses. And he's dressed pretty nicely. But he's always got his spell book under his hand. He's constantly opening it and like just like double checking it and then closing it again. And always has his wand at the ready. And he's always kind of doing little tricks trying to like get women's attention, but constantly being denied. Because he thinks he's very charming and endearing, but he's a little bit much.
Here we are.
I'm your king.
Here you are.
All right, thank you. Zaza.
Donovan now controls the hill.
Zaza has gone from both ways. He's a celestial being. He's a warlock. He's just got this ultra blue glow to him, especially on his wings, which kind of go from a light blue to finishes off on a prismatic finish at the tip of his wings. He lived a life of good and well-being, but has since turned to the darker side of things and more of an adventurer, and ventured into more of nature items as well, and continues to seek out a new adventure in life that he needs to find purpose for.
All right, thank you. Posty and Harper, who's ready to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
I don't have an extensive backstory. I'm apologizing for that. But
It's a
I
one
have.
shot. You don't need it. They're probably gonna die.
Okay. So I have a half orc paladin named Dick, and that's it.
Perfect. Little muscle for the campaign.
Mhm.
Harper, anything for you?
Yeah, so Veska is a tiny kobold of pure chaos. She is a level 1 wizard and level 3 moon druid. She's just think of like this tiny, adorable chaos gremlin type of character. Very wild,
Right.
very unkempt like type.
All right, thank you. You each look out at your own pace out of the nearest window or down a hallway if the door is open. You see the night sky deepening outside of the window, darkness overtaking the world outside of your walls. For those of you who maybe reside on the Sword Coast, you look at the fire. For those of you in Eternum or somewhere else out in the universe, you look over at the reflection of your fire off of maybe a shield, off of maybe a piece of armor, and the five of you start to feel yourself pulling towards sleep when suddenly the world shifts slightly in front of you. A noise shoots through your head. Those of you maybe in a room with others, maybe even just with a mirror, you see them or your reflection turn towards you, their eyes narrow in question. For those of you on the Sword Coast, anyone else in your room maybe shifts slightly but remains asleep as you look around to try to find out the source of the sound. You feel something calling you, but you don't actually hear a sound. You hear no voice, and the static comes no more. And with a sense of unease, you all fall asleep. I need everyone to roll a d20 for me.
Ooh, nat 20, baby.
9.
18.
16.
Okay.
9.
So with that, hey, we got a delivery for you and the crew. Some Dr. Gradius Stoutbrand needs a crate delivered to him at the Nexus Laboratory.
Who is this being said to? All of us?
Harry.
Oh, to Harry.
Can we like change our names real quick so that way I can
Oh.
remember who we are?
Yeah, go for
How do I do that again?
You
Edit.
right-click your name, I think, inside the chat.
Edit
It
per
should,
server profile.
Yeah.
See? Does that work?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You want me to take a crate?
Yeah. Got a little crate for you, you and the crew. Normally I wouldn't send so many of you, but the snow's coming in hard, and I need to make sure you make it alive. Standard payment plus 15% on this run. Paid on delivery. Now, Harry, you see yourself taking a package from the foreman and tucking it into your courier bag. Now, the scene, again, and you're gathering the others. A sudden shift again, and you're all on horseback trekking up the mountain. The winter blizzard pushing against you and the team. Your cloaks wrapped up tight around your faces so only your eyes are exposed. Another shift, and you come around a bend and you see the undeniable shape of a dome ahead. The five of you were given the task of couriering a package to a remote Arctic facility. And pay was good, and the crate was small, so you took the job. It's late evening when your group reaches your destination. A metallic laboratory with a bulky domed roof on one side that gives way to an enormous telescope. And as you approach the door, you notice a sign warning you to keep out. As the group approaches the lab, you see an enclosed hut just large enough to stow the horses that's a little bit offset from the lab. As you push them inside, you find hay, a water trough, and a small heater that's keeping the room just above freezing. The horses' body heat and proximity quickly bring the temperature up in the room, and they appear quite comfortable momentarily. You hear a door bang open, and a hearty, "Hello out there! It's late. What brings travelers to my doorstep?" You see a dwarven male in a white lab coat standing at the doorway.
We're told to drop off a package.
Ah, you're with the courier service. Terrific. Just in time, just in time. Please, come in. Come out of the cold.
Please, I fucking hate that here.
The five of you are ushered into what appears to be the main living quarters of the facility. Two long tables fill the middle of the room with several empty chairs around it. Books and scrolls and plates of half-eaten food and drinks adorn the table. Dr. Stoutbrand takes the box from you and opens it up, peering inside. He sighs in relief. Good, good. This'll do. Dr. Stoutbrand is wearing thick goggles and a white coat that give Gradius a studious look. To keep his long beard out of his experiments, you see that he tosses it over one shoulder. I'm sure you'll be needing your payment. Let me grab that for you. It'll be just a moment. He takes the box and heads down into a room to the south, turning into the room with a glowing purple light coming from inside. While he's in there looking around, what do you guys do or say?
I'm looking for something that's possibly worth taking.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Investigation. That's a 14.
Okay. With a 14, you look around, and like I said, there's some silverware, but everything that you notice is like stainless steel. Um, this place appears to be very much like a medical facility, right? Um, it is attempted to be kept clean. There is, besides the food and stuff that's on the table, there's really nothing that's like out of place. Everything is where it's supposed to be. You look around and you just don't really find anything that's like of interest at the moment to pick up and take.
But he's kind of
Zaza.
creepy.
You guys hear Henry say, or Harry say that?
I didn't see what he said.
I said it's kind of creepy.
Anybody else have anything?
No, I'm glad I like talking to myself. He's great. Good job, guys.
Why do you think it's creepy?
I fucking love it here.
It's just gets clean. Clean creepy to you?
Yeah, yes.
I mean, it is a lab. Wouldn't you want to have your lab clean?
I don't know. I don't have a fucking lab.
Probably a good thing if you want to keep it clean.
Could use some plants.
Like a ficus? It's the only plant I know.
Ficuses are a bit snobby. I wouldn't do ficus.
The place is pretty fucking snobby. Have you seen it?
Mm.
Veska, need a perception check from you.
This guy just likes everything spick and span. That's all.
That would be a 19.
Okay. As you peer down a hallway to the north, it has a few lights kind of like illuminating the path. But you see that like near the end of it, a lot of shadows kind of encroach upon the hallway. You feel like you hear a slight noise, like shifting or sliding. Kind of like peer down, squint your eyes to look a little bit further, and for a moment you could swear that you see a shadow move near the end of the hallway and then nothing. A map would actually probably help out with what you see, so let me grab that for you.
Who's the biggest person here?
Fucking me.
I'm like human size.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't know how big half orcs are.
I am human sized.
I'm gonna.
As I am human.
I think so.
To the half orc, I'm gonna tug, point down the hallway. There's something moving down there. I think you should go check it out.
So, I'll nod and go ahead and quietly move forward.
Oh, it's just.
I don't think anyone should go sleeping. This isn't our facility.
Are you guys just gonna stand here and wait then?
No, I'm gonna follow pursuit behind you.
Oh,
like
yes,
step
let
in
me
line
follow
behind you. I'm 100% falling in line behind you.
Okay.
I just didn't want to go first.
That's fair.
I've got the map open. Since we have different players here than normal, let me see which tokens we've got available. Elias, I can put you in here.
Is it the water
Veska,
deep,
let me
Ma?
put you in here. It is in Waterdeep.
Okay.
So I've got Veska in there, which means I can get rid of. Why will this one not get rid of them? That's weird. Interesting that it was doing that. All right, I can get rid of Juniper. Get rid of. Well, let's see. Elena doesn't have a person in here, so we're just going to go ahead and I will rename yours, Elena. So at least I've got a place for you. Roland, I will go ahead and do yours for Harry. So that brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a Ptolemy in here. And you have got Elias.
I'm already. Need
Oh, because you didn't add
you're
me.
there.
You need Zaza.
Zaza, thank you.
Me too.
So,
You're in there.
You're in
I don't-
there. You're
There's
just you
Elena's
don't have your
picture with the
character
name
in Waterdeep.
Deke.
Why not?
You didn't add it.
You didn't add it.
You didn't join your character to this campaign.
I don't know how to figure that out.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so we at least have everybody. Zaza, don't forget Zaza.
Yeah, don't forget me.
Yeah. All right. So
I can't see the map, so I don't have like a play to let it refresh.
I should be able to. If you open up the Waterdeep server and go to the play.
Yeah, it's just so you're gonna have to go to your Veldred character sheet and then hit launch game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I add them to the thing afterwards, or is it just when you're creating it?
You can do it now.
Yeah,
I
you can
think.
afterwards.
Oh, let me do that. That way I can just do it on this one. Manage character and level. How do I add them to a? Oh,
Here, let me do this. Bring this.
Hit that link in the chat and choose your new character.
There you go.
that link and Harry Borskin. Join this character. There we go.
Okay, let's see if that will.
I can see it now.
I can see it.
Okay. Bring him here. Get rid of him. I don't know why it's. Why it'll let me do it in the spectator view, but it won't let me do it for my fucking DM view. Okay. Oh, and then here we go. Toot, toot, toot. Okay. All right. I think we're good from there. Okay. Who said that they were going to go take a look at the hallway?
Me.
D and I.
Okay. So the two of you begin to head up towards the hallway. As you do get kind of a look into the sleeping area next door to this room. So as you begin to take a peek around and take a few steps, you realize like this is definitely the living quarters for this laboratory. As you look a little further up into the hall and kind of let your eyes focus, go ahead and make perception checks for me or investigation checks.
Mm.
14.
8.
Okay. Veska, you get this scent in your kobold nose. It stings the nostrils a little bit, and you feel like the way that it hits, it kind of starts to smell almost like ammonia. Dick, with the 8,
I think it's their
You don't-
bathroom.
you reach back instinctively, and you grab your neck as the hairs stand up. You feel a shiver go down your spine, and you really just kind of get this sense of being watched. And then suddenly you hear
I
All
think
the lights
somebody
shut
clogged
off.
their toilet.
the lights start shutting off. Toom, 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 toom. A few seconds later, the alarms go off, and the doors and the windows around you suddenly begin to glow. Elias, I need a Arcana check from you.
Oh, I'm really good at Arcana checks.
21.
21. You turn and see as these runes start to around the door. The windows, you see these metal shades just start shutting across the entirety of the facility. And you watch as explosive glyphs of wording light up onto them. Dr. Stoutbrand runs back out of the room and says, "Oh, God, it's not that. Quickly, all of you, hurry into the panic room."
Wait, there's a panic room?
Guys, let's go. Just gotta just bolt.
All of you run down and try to squeeze into a 15 by 10 room. As you squeeze in, Stoutbrand hits a button, and you hear the door close and lock behind you.
I'm just gonna turn to him and be like, "That's a very interesting spell. Could you write that down in my spellbook, real quick? How you did that? And I can study it later."
What's going on here?
Stoutbrand runs over to a set of glowing tablets, which are scrolling words and letters and runes that most of you have never seen before. He starts tapping on them, and you hear... Darn, I figured that was going to give me a better color.
System malfunction. All systems down. Security breach.
He goes, "No, no, no. This can't be happening." He puts his head into his hands and he takes a few shuddering breaths.
What is going on here? What are all these alarms and sirens going off? System malfunction. Tell us what's going on here.
Or, even better, give me my money and I can leave.
You're not going to be able to leave. Did you not see the doors and windows locked down?
I could figure it out. I'm a small guy.
Now, if you do that, you're gonna get seriously hurt. Here's gifts.
Love you.
He
Things
turns
are gonna
and
start
looks at
exploding
you
if you
guys.
start going out here. I'm just telling you.
Jessica's gonna put her hands over her ears. Just make it stop.
He hears that and he takes his hands and he taps away it a little bit, and the alarm system shuts off. He turns back and he looks at the five of you, and he goes, "Look, we push the boundaries of science here at Nexus. I'm relatively new here, but Valeria and Jameson have been here a long time. Valeria's our chief scientist. It's her job to sign up on all the experiments and ensure staff safety. And Jameson is an excellent biochemist. That is until the accident.
What accident?
Jameson was working on synthesizing an amplification serum that could turn anyone into a super soldier.
You could have just taken my genetics. Fucking idiots. Oh, I got a biology degree. That's cool.
And I very obviously look down at Henry.
The fuck are you looking at?
Just this is pure genetics. I'm in awe.
That's what I thought. So what do you need us to do? Because fucking... Why are we in this room?
Doesn't sound very natural.
Look, we tested it out on mice, worms, snakes, rats, but we needed humanoid trials. It was too hard to get willing subjects up here in time, and our stakeholders, as philanthropic as they may be, demand results. So, Jameson injected himself with the amplification serum, but it mutated him into a terrible monster. Valeria and I sealed him in his pod in the experimentation chamber until we could work out a way to restore him. That's what you brought me, the last compound of the antidote. He holds up a green vial. And you can see on the desk next to him the empty box that it was in.
So it sounds like you have everything you need.
He goes, "Look, I need you to take this to Valeria. She'll know how to use the compound, mix it with the other components, and synthesize the antidote. She was right down the hall the last time I saw her. And please, if you come across Jameson, please don't kill him. I'm sure he's still in there somewhere. He's a brilliant scientist, and there would be decades of research lost if he's lost. I need to stay here and prepare for when the system comes back online. Once it does, I can activate the security system and bring the glyphs of warding down and the lights back up."
Oh, I'm not getting paid?
You'll still obviously get the payment that you were going to receive when you came here.
Wait.
There's
So
gonna
if
be
you have the
additional pay.
compound, what do we have to like, do the thing? Shoo.
Then we're all going to die together.
All right, well, okay. Tell me the steps.
Okay.
Or show me the way.
You just gotta go find Valeria. Last time I saw her, she was down the hallway. She was either in the oh my god, what the fuck is the word? Synthesis laboratory or the experimentation chamber. It's at the end of the hallway. It's not too far. But I have to be here to make sure the system stays calm.
Give me the vial. This is going to cost you extra.
He hands it over. We could talk additional payment later, but right now we've got to make it out of here alive.
Well, if you're going to want us to help, you're going to have to open that door for us, and so we can see what we're working with.
He
Are there any vents for her to climb into?
make a investigation check.
Elias is gonna look over and be like,
17.
As you look up, you see that there are large vent pipings going in and out of the panic room. And with a 17, you remember when you came into the living facility that you saw these vents going and piping throughout the facility.
Why don't we send the short one through? And I point to Harry.
Brilliant. I agree. Need a lift?
Oh, so I gotta do it.
Well, you are the smallest one in the group.
It's your superior genetics.
You got some gold for me?
Never mind the fact that Veska is so much smaller than you.
What the fuck was that?
Storm, mister, are you good?
He looks around. He goes, also not good.
What do you mean not good?
We tested on a few different creatures before Jameson took it. Like I said, mice, worms, snakes. Let me check something. And he goes over to the runes, and you see him start moving and tapping and working on stuff. You start to hear
Authorization required.
he taps away at the tablet some more.
Verifying.
You watch the runes.
Processing.
He pulls out a key card and taps it to the rune
Access granted.
and continues to check. And he goes, I hope you brought weapons.
I don't leave home without it.
I am the weapon.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
So that's just a big smile. And go, the only weapon I need is this smile. It's been killing the ladies for years.
Yeah, it's definitely killing me.
He continues to check a few things, and while he's going through, you start hearing different beeping, different electronic signals, and he goes, yeah, this is going to be a lot tougher than I thought. You guys need to get out there and get that vial to Valeria. He finishes up, hits one or two more buttons, and you hear the door to the panic room opens up.
I'll draw my longsword and walk out first.
I'll have my...
After you, super soldier.
Is there anybody, before we do get into this, is there anybody that needs armor that I can give? I have a spare set on me that I can cast on you if you need an armor class that's, good armor class, like a level 13 armor class.
I am going to cast mage armor on myself before I head out.
Right, which I also have I can cast onto someone.
Yeah. That should be good.
Okay.
Okay.
As you guys are pushed out of the panic room into the dark living quarters,
Goodbye.
the door closes behind you. Steam sprays out from it. And you guys are in the dark.
And you guys see right now?
Why, I can't.
I can't see anything.
I just want to make sure it wasn't just me. That whole disembodied voicing that was just going on was kind of throwing me for a loop.
So we're standing right by the edge of the tables, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast light. So it's gonna create additional light. I'm gonna go ahead and touch the scroll that I see on the right table, and it'll create a 20-foot light for us to be able to see a little bit in the room.
Okay. So you guys get this circle of light, 20 feet. You could see pretty well. An extra 20 feet, it's dim. So you can see slightly.
Not gonna be looking for any, I guess, signs of super soldier mice
So
or worms or what
got
have you.
I've got dark vision up to 120 feet. With that, do I see anything spooky?
Which way are you looking?
I am looking. Let me. I guess down the hall. Straight down the hall, in the
Okay.
center.
So I like how this like sunlight is coming off my camera, and it actually looks fucking cool. In this situation.
You're scrubbing a light on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like trying to like look through stuff and everything. Like it's cool. You look down the hallway, and the lights that you had seen previously down there are like it's like a emergency light for emergency lights almost. Every once in a while they kind of line up, so it's like coming down the hallway towards you. You all start to hear like
Any of y'all hearing those big footsteps?
That sounds a bit like skittering to me.
Probably a rat or something.
Can I take like 2 steps forward and see if I can get a visual?
okay. So you move up a little bit, getting closer and closer to the hallway. As you move up,
I'm gonna move up.
okay. As the two of you move, you hear again.
Oh, they got fucking old guys in this house too.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Suddenly,
Oh.
3 8-foot long worm-like creatures with
Graboids.
gnashing beaked maws and 4 tentacles protruding around the beaked maw that look like octopus suckers slides down the hallway along the walls, and you see one wrapping itself around the piping as it comes down, and they drop down onto the tables in front of you. I'm gonna need everybody, give me a second here, let me do this, and then do this, and everybody, let's see, give me a second. I'm gonna like restart this. I don't know if it closed out maps for you guys just now, but
If you reload it, it probably did. Oh no, it didn't.
Okay. Just do this. Do that. Do this. Okay, there we go. All right. I need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative.
Roll initiative. I guess I've got a 10. And I've got advantage. Fuck yeah.
13.
Great. That's your 5 for me, guys.
17.
13.
13. Okay. Zaza and
Oh.
Dick, what are your dexterity bonuses?
What did you say my name? I couldn't hear you.
No,
Oh,
Zaza and
Okay.
Dick.
Oh, I was Zaza Dick. Okay.
So what'd you ask?
What's your
What's your
plus to
dex?
dexterity?
Oh, to dexterity 4.
Dick.
My,
Posty!
would you relax?
Okay. You only have to ask her 4 times, but relax, man.
It's new to me too. Okay, I didn't realize. What was I doing again? I'm sorry.
What's
your
the plus to
dexterity
dex?
plus on your dex?
0.
Thank you.
10.
All right.
Yeah.
We made it.
All right. So,
Hi, chat. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here.
right. So, with that, these creatures start screaming down the hallway. You hear as the beaks start to click together. Veska, you are first. What do you do?
I Great question. Let me look at my spells here.
Zaza, you're on deck.
I'm going to.
On deck.
Oh, sorry, my fault. I'm already ready. I'm good to go.
I'm going to cast Mind Sliver as a cantrip.
Okay.
They need to do an intelligence save. We're going to do it on B.
On Grick B.
Yes, and they need to do an intelligence save.
Okay. Oh, intelligence. Wow. I mean, they are pretty smart with a -4, so that is a -1 on their save.
Fantastic.
Just made it.
Hey,
Just-
no.
Just made it.
They take 3 damage from that, psychic damage.
Okay.
And then from the next savings throw, it subtracts 1d4 before the end of my next turn.
So if they have to do a saving throw, it subtracts 1d4.
Yes.
Great. Okay. All right. Any bonus action for you? Any movement?
No, I like where I'm situated. I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
No
Right.
bonus action.
Cool. Zaza, you're up. Dick, you're on deck.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and with Drick A, since I'm within touch, I'm going to do a Shocking Grasp,
Okay.
which will be a 10 for a hit. Or 10 for
10 to hit, that is going to miss.
Okay.
So your hands start to grow or start to glow, kind of crackle with like a static electricity around him. You go to reach out and it like stands up almost like a cobra and throws its head back as it does. And then the tentacles kind of like at you in response. The beak is like in front of your face. Any bonus action or movement?
No, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Okay. Dick, you're up with the Grix on deck.
I'm gonna screech in surprise and fear because I hate snakes.
Mhm.
And just
That's a free action, by the way.
wonderful. Just gonna swing
Okay.
kind
which
of
one?
aimlessly, but the one that's right next to me.
All right, Grixie, go ahead and swing for roll for attack.
4.
4. Yeah. Total fear. You just had these 3 massive snake creatures with beaks and octopus tentacles. And it has a wide swing, and they're just like, right, goes around and gets right up into your face. With that, we are in the Grix initiative. Grick A is going to go ahead and make an attack on Zaza. That is going to be the first attack is. Let's see. Okay. First one is a 11 to hit.
That's a miss.
Okay. So the tentacles kind of like smack at you and you pull back to get away from it. The second attack is going to be a 10.
That's also a miss.
All right. So it tries to coil up and snap back at you with the shocking hands, and you manage to get the hands back just enough. And as you pull back, those hands kind of like a little bit of residual charge pops off, and so not any damage, but it keeps him away from biting into you. Grick B is going to kind of slither over to Vesca and will try to do the exact same thing. It makes 2 attacks at Vesca. First one is going to be a natural 20. And the second will be, and that was the tentacle attack. The second one is an 8 to hit. So the natural 20 there, that is, okay. Where is my dice? I know exactly what a D10 looks like. Jesus. Okay. Real bad. Tentacles, they manage to like snag into you, and you feel like as they all kind of latch on. You get 3 points of slashing damage. You are a medium or smaller creature. You do have the grappled condition now. So we're gonna go ahead and throw that onto you. We'll do green for grappled. All right. And Grixie is just had a sword or some type of weapon. What are you carrying there, Dick?
Longsword.
Okay, longsword swipes at it, and it goes and snaps back at you. It's going to go ahead and we're going to say this one is going to try the beak attack first, and then the tentacles. The beak, it's going to do a natural 20. And the tentacles, it does an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So the first nat 20 with the beak, that is going to be... Okay. It's going to be 23 points of piercing damage.
Jesus Christ.
And then the tentacles will do just had it. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. That does 8 points of slashing damage.
I'm not coming over anymore on Sunday. I have 1 HP.
Okay. You also have the grappled condition.
Great.
G for grappled. Okay. That then brings us to Harry in the initiative order with Elias on deck.
I am going to take a shot with my short bow at. I can't shoot an arrow at somebody that's like at the creature that somebody's grappled, right?
Sure, you can.
Yeah.
Is there a chance it's going to hit the person too?
There's always a chance on a nat 1.
Send it, take me out.
All right, let's run it. I'm gonna take a shot at what's the Grick C.
Okay.
18.
18 does hit.
All right, that is move out of the way, dice. 7.
7 points of damage. All right. Arrow flies through the air, right into the back. The Grick kind of make a animal handling or intimidation check for me.
Animal intimidation. It's 2. I'll do animal. 4. Yeah, it's 4.
Okay.
Oh, wait. B came up to me? Did I miss that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything, did it?
Yeah. Did like 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
Which actually
And
that one
grapple.
should have been. I'm glad you said that. The 1 was doubled, so it is 2 points plus 2, so 4 points of damage.
And you're grappled.
And you're grappled. G for grappled. So as you strike it, it kind of like pulls back from Dick for a second, and the tentacles hold on, and it gets right back into Dick's face. Any bonus action or movement for you?
So what you're saying is it has a dick.
Yes.
I don't think
Try to eat you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna for my movement. I'm just gonna like tuck back into this corner. Actually, no, I'll stay behind the table right here,
Okay.
and then so the stone cunning. It's a bonus action. I don't know what it does.
What does it say?
So it says, as a bonus action, you gain tremor sense.
Mhm.
Oh, I guess that just means I can feel movement in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's useless then. I don't think I have any other. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna stay at that.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Elias in the initiative order with Vesca on deck.
I will cast Firebolt.
Okay.
At Grix.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack.
22.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. 10.
10 points damage. That's great. So arrow goes through, shoots him in the back, and then a firebolt follows closely right after that, lands onto the back of the Grick, lights across it. Again, Dick, you just have this thing start like the beak is right in your face and just kind of in your face. Do a let's get an intimidation or an animal handling check from you, Elias.
The 5.
Okay. Again, it doesn't want to go anywhere. It is attached to you. You can even start to feel where the suckers are, like on your face and across your back. You can feel them start to like really start to be pulling up the welts as it digs in deeper as you try to fight this thing off. Bonus action or movement?
Nope.
Okay. That brings us to Vezka with Zaza on deck.
So yeah, I am going to wild shape into a panther.
Okay.
And gonna bite. The one that's grappled me.
attached you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. With the grappled condition, just to be sure here. Could have sworn there was like a. Oh, here we go. Speed 0, text fake, disadvantage against other than the grappler. Great. Okay. Perfect. Go ahead and roll to attack. There's no disadvantage for trying to attack him.
Okay, so for the bite, I use melee weapon attack +4.
Okay.
So how do I do that?
You don't have like a. There's not like a bite on your character sheet.
Not that I can
This is-
see.
Hmm.
Do a melee, then go to your melee
You have
attack
a melee weapon in
and
your
then yeah,
inventory.
and then just do melee and then add your 4 onto it.
Okay. Like do dagger?
Yeah, so that'd be a melee attack.
So 10.
Okay. Give me just a second here. I want to make sure. Okay, gain 3. Oh, you get 3 temporary HP also. You do gain. When you assume a wild shape form, you gain the following benefits. You get 9 temporary HP. And you have an AC of 17.
Correct.
It's dumb that it doesn't give you like a thing to do your.
But see, I also
attack with.
put mage armor on, and I don't know if that took effect.
I mean, it would have when you were in that form. At this point, I think it's whichever's better, right?
Correct. Which would be the
Yeah.
panther, but I just meant for like the initial attack. I don't know
Yeah,
what it was.
he hit you with
I
the
mean, I
nat
got you a
20.
natural 20.
Gotcha,
He won it,
gotcha.
and then the other one was an 8, which missed your 17 AC, or from your first one. You put your mage armor out before you get open.
Okay.
Okay, there's no way of changing out that part there. So yeah. Okay. I mean, we'll go with like the dagger attack that you had there. So anyways, you said it was a 10 to hit?
Yeah, because the dagger already has a +3 and it's supposed to be +4, so I just assume just add 1 to that.
Yeah, exactly. So okay. So you rolled a 10 to hit. Unfortunately, that does miss. So as you shape down, and you become, actually, I guess you kind of like elongate and everything from this kobold feature into this panther. It spins around and like grapples around you and comes around to the back of your neck. So you try to bite, and it's just like behind you, and you just cannot get to it. Any bonus action for you, or was the wild shape your bonus action, and then your action was your attack? I think that's how it's going to be. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. While you're grappled, you have a movement of 0.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings us to Zaza. Dick, you're on deck.
Since me and Grick are kind of throwing blows at each other, I'm going to go ahead and cast Scorching Ray. I'm going to take 2 of them at him and then 1 at Grick C.
Okay. Similar to what we came across in the other campaign, if you're in melee on a ranged spell, you have disadvantage on your melee.
Okay.
Or on your ranged spell.
Then we're gonna just do shocking grasp again at him for a touch.
Okay. So you reach back out and
9.
Something in this facility is almost dampening the static electricity discharge that you have. It's almost like there's something in here that is designed to stop things from being flammable, and you just can't seem to get around it for the moment. Any bonus action for you?
No, I'm gonna stare at Ryan.
Okay. Dick, you're up with the Grix on deck.
All right. I'm gonna scream "Let go" and cast command at the group that's holding me.
Okay. And what's the saving throw on that?
Let's see. When the target moves toward you.
On your character sheet, you should see like a saving throw DC.
Oh, 14.
Okay. And is that an intelligence saving throw?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Okay. They rolled a 11.
Okay. So it failed.
Okay. So as you say that, it all of a sudden, like, you can't really see any like eyes on this, but it, like, as it goes in to bite you and you say that, it stops and you feel the suckers go and pop off. It doesn't move, but it like stops for a second and lets go of you.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, I'm gonna lay on hands for myself, and I'm gonna do that up to 10.
Okay, so you hold your hands out and you yell, "Let go!" And it does. And anyone who is watching Dick at this moment watches her hands start to, similar to this shocking grasp, but you watch as this holy orange and yellow aura begin to surround it, and she pushes them back on her, and almost like a defibrillator, you watch as it's like poof, and it kind of shocks her, and you get that 10 points. Okay.
And I'm gonna move away as well.
Okay.
A little bit. I'm just gonna take just a couple steps back and kind of create some distance.
All right. With rule of cool here, I'll say with a let go command being successful, that it's going to stop it from making like any attack of opportunity. You're pretty close, so I don't think it's going to be fair either way. So I think just a slight move is good.
Okay.
Okay.
Back that way.
All right. Cool. Is that it for you?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Grick A. It's been throwing blows with Zaza, and it isn't getting anywhere. So it suddenly coils up and then jumps over the table and comes down by Vezka and comes down towards Harry Borskin and will make an attack at you. I will allow attack of opportunities from Zaza and Veska.
Just the normal unarmed strike.
Unarmed or a weapon if you've got a weapon that you can use.
Yes, I do have a dagger.
Okay.
That one for me.
Mine's a 15.
17 to hit.
17. Okay, so the 17 hits. Nat 1 misses. Basically, as it like, not from you, Harry, because he's coming at you.
Oh, okay.
As it coils up over the table and goes, you take your dagger and like stab into the wood of the table, and it's gone by the time you can swing down. Veska, you take a bite, I would assume, or you kind of like kick back with one of your claws on your feet, and it slashes across the side. What's the damage on that?
That's going to be 4.
Okay, 4 points of damage. So like, and this blood kind of hits the ground, and you hear it like sizzle as it hits. That grit comes up to you, Harry, and is going to go ahead and make 2 attacks. We're going to say the first one on this one's going to be a tentacle attack. The second one will be the beak. The tentacle is a 7 plus. It's 11 to hit.
Me no.
Okay. The beak attack comes down after that. It's a 19.
That'll hit.
Okay. So that is 9 points of piercing damage as it tries to grasp at you. You swat that away, and then it just you feel the beak just absolutely chew into your shoulder, and you feel it start to just kind of grab and move on you as it bites through whatever armor you have on. Blood starts to trickle down your chest. You are not grappled with a beak only hit. That brings us then to Grick B. Grick B is going to go ahead and, since it is still attached to you, it's going to go ahead and make 2 attacks. You start to feel the tentacles start to suck into your arm. So the tentacles, and I'm being very specific in calling these out ahead of time. The tentacles is a nat 20. The beak is a 9. Tentacles start to suck into you, and you start to feel, even through the panther fur, you start to feel like the blood being pulled out of you in multiple parts. That is this. That's 18 points of slashing damage from the tentacles.
I'm sorry, it's how much?
18. Nat 20, I pulled a 8 on the D10, so that's 16 plus 2.
Does that pull for my temporary hit points first and then?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so the temporary is 9, so that leaves me with how much?
Another 9.
So you didn't want us to get through the first room?
I didn't expect nobody to make contact. And I certainly didn't expect 3 fucking wizards to show up.
None of mine didn't hit so far. Like I've rolled
Technically
shit
not
dice.
a wizard, I'm just saying.
I'm a warlock, yeah.
Okay.
You're a hairy wizard.
I got 4 magic users who don't fucking hit. So
I hit,
yeah, okay.
And yet
that's
you
right.
send them to
we got
me.
1 fireball.
and I got max damage on my roll.
That true. So, it's I told you this is a 1-shot, and it's gonna be deadly. All right,
So much fun.
Grixie. Hey, start hitting.
I
Roll better.
Really, I don't know.
Oh, better.
Christ.
Grixie, having just been told to let go and trying to figure out like why it did that, is going to turn and goes across it. It turns and looks up, and you watch as it coils down like a cobra, and it springs up, latches onto one of the vents, and drops down in between Elias and Zaza. This one I'm going to allow attack of opportunity from Dick and Harry.
I shoot him with an arrow.
Sure.
Cool.
I'm gonna swing my great sword.
18.
Okay. That hits. Roll damage.
Damage 9.
Okay.
Is this with advantage?
No.
Fuck. 12 for hit.
Okay, 12 does miss. Grixie lands after being shot with the arrow, and is going to go ahead and take attacks at Elias. We're going to go ahead and do a beak attack first and then a tentacles. The beak attack is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah. I'll do.
Tentacles is a 6 to hit.
No.
Okay. The beak attack on C. That is 9 points of slashing damage. And you are grappled. All right. That brings you through their second round. We are on Harry with Elias on deck.
I'm going to I'm gonna back up over here by Dick.
Okay. Cricket is going to get an attack of opportunity if you make that move.
This one.
Okay. High or low?
High.
You hear the beak bites at you. We will go ahead and roll for the attack on that. 11 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. You hear the beak as you start to run and misses you.
Okay. Now I'm gonna throw an arrow right down his fucking throat.
Perfect. You fire. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Let's say 25 to hit.
That's going to fucking hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
8.
Okay. It punctures in, and you see the tentacles kind of like wrap around it as it kind of, and it starts to pull at this arrow that is down, and finally breaks it and with a part of the tentacles and snaps back at you.
Oh, so you're hungry. Okay. I'm gonna hit him with that action surge.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
That is a 23 to hit.
That'll fucking hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
10.
How do you want to do this?
I'm gonna send it right through his throat. Like I knew you were hungry, you rat bastard.
You go ahead and pull back real quick. The first one you just shot through, it hits. Pull out the second arrow. You pull back. You fire again. Then you watch it just goes and sticks out the back of it. The beak kind of starts and it's like biting past the fletching because it's already gone so far into its throat that it can't even break the wood. And then it just, you watch as the tentacles kind of, and then it smashes to the ground dead.
Hell yeah.
Nice
All right, now if
job.
y'all can do some shit, that'd be great.
Perfect. All right, Elias, you're up and grappled.
I want to attack the one that's attacking me.
All right, go ahead and what are we doing here?
I think we're just gonna firebolt again.
Okay, which one? The one on you?
Yes.
It's a ranged attack, so you are gonna have disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Okay, you try to reach around, your hand glowing with fire, and you, and again the body kind of like it's just like does like the little pool noodle, and you just shoot right around it.
Okay.
Bonus action.
Negative.
Okay. That brings us to Veska with Zaza on deck.
I am going to try to escape the grapple and disengage back out, like from being nearby it.
Okay. If you're gonna try and get out of the grapple, that is a DC 12 strength check.
Can it be like acrobatics?
Unfortunately not. It is grabbing you hard.
And it's still grabbing me hard too. 3.
It's grabbing you real hard. I will allow, for the purposes of this one shot, if you are grappled, the strength check to try to escape is a free action. So if you still want to take an action, you can go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep at this point I'm just gonna start ripping into it with my claws.
Great. Roll to attack.
$13.
That just misses.
I hate it here. This is the hate crime. Do you know what month this is?
Zaza, you're up.
I'm gonna be listening. I'm gonna go smoke. I need to get my head on straight.
Okay. All right.
Seeing that, this one just dropped down by me and the other one kind of took off and then got killed, I'm going to go ahead and use a chill touch on the C.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack.
14 to hit.
14 just hits.
All right, and we'll be doing a 1d10 for necrotic, which will be 7 damage of necrotic damage.
How do you want to do this?
Ooh. So, kind of seeing, I'm going to kind of just like reach my hand out, and you're going to see like an ice sheath come from my hand, like right onto the back of it while it's grabbing onto Elias, and you're just going to watch it just freeze over, and then I'm just going to squeeze my hand and like shatter it after it's frozen.
Fuck yeah. So Elias, this thing is wrapped around your face. Literally the tentacles are grabbing onto the back of your head and your little nerd body is trying to fight it as hard as it can as the beak gets closer and closer and closer, and then and you just see Zaza's hand, the celestial being standing in front of you with just ice grick falling out of his hands.
Oh, fairy boy, you actually did something.
Well, there's the lid for you.
I appreciate it very much.
Any bonus actions for you?
Yeah, I'm going to. If I move up here, sneak, is there an attack of opportunity?
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna kind of sit up behind these two here.
Okay, perfect. In that case, that brings us to Dick.
Okay. I'm going to run up to the one that's got a hold of Veska.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on. I don't. Okay, I'm just gonna try and pierce it carefully around, like without obviously hitting her with my longsword.
All right. I don't know why the music's going out, by the way.
No, I'm not. 10.
Jamie!
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, man. Roll some real dice.
Kenko is rolling poorly on performance tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let me just check this real quick. It's not like here, you know what? It sounds like it wants a different song. So let's just do that. You try to stab through, and you're so afraid of hitting the panther that is Vezka in front of you that it just goes right next to its head, and you just can't quite get it. Any bonus actions for you?
Yes.
Okay, what are we doing?
I'll take the remaining. Wait, how many HP is Veska at right now?
Vezka is at 12 HP.
Out of what?
25.
She's fine. Okay, never mind. That'll be it.
Okay. I realized as I said it out loud, that's very metagaming, and I apologize. I won't do that again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's bleeding.
Okay.
But okay. So, anything additional?
No.
Okay. Nope, not Zaza. It's the Grick. I know she's listening, and I apologize in advance, but it is attached to Vezka. So, Vezka, we're gonna do the beak first, tentacle second. Beak is a 6. The tentacles is a 9.
Oh, they're both gonna miss.
I'm gonna assume they both miss her. So the sword comes by, it pulls away and is trying to bite, and she starts to feel kind of like as some of the suckers come off. Yeah, it missed. So you were solid there. That brings us to Harry.
Also, how dare she's fine? It hurts, ma'am. It's stealing my blood actively as we speak.
I'm gonna take a shot at it with my bow.
Okay.
Just a 22 hit.
That's gonna hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
9.
Okay, 9 points damage.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. Okay. I hit my space bar and it rolled something. It rolled again. I didn't know it did that.
Okay. 9 points damage. The arrow lands into it. Looking rough, but still standing and attached to Vezka. Any bonus actions or movement for you? Okay. Next up is going to be Elias with Vezka on deck.
I'm going to try to firebolt it.
Okay, roll to attack.
Can I get advantage on it since it's otherwise engaged?
Negative.
Okay.
It is currently wrapped itself around a panther, and you're trying not to hit the panther, so that is a standard roll.
23.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
3.
Okay. Firebolt. As the panther and this Grick are like tussling and turning around, as the panther lands on its back, you watch as it puts its legs up, the claws kind of like into the body of the Grick. Then your firebolt just happens to hit onto the back of it at an angle. So like half of it hits the Grick and breaks off and smashes into like a stainless steel wall where it just fizzles out. So 3 points of damage. Any bonus actions or movement? No? No. All right. Vezka with Zaza on deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to tear into this thing as it's got. Well, you said a free action to disengage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll do that first.
Okay.
And you said
Strength
it's
roll?
just a strength
DC
roll.
12. Yep.
Okay. Nope, it still got me.
Okay. Same exact roll as last time.
I know.
All right.
And
Roll of attack.
15 to hit.
That is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damage is 1d6 plus 2. 7.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, so essentially in her panther body, you said it's got her by like the like wrapped around and grabbed her by the back of her neck. So she's gonna essentially, in the most like feline-esque way, like just kind of contort, twist until she can get her claw into it, and she's just gonna rip it and like slam it into the ground.
Hell yeah. So this frustrated panther, you hear it in this like roar and snarl coming from this creature. And then you watch that big padded paw just come around the back. You watch the nails, the claws sink in.
Blue now controls the hill.
And you watch as this ichor and blood just go spraying from the back of the Grick. It rears up with his tentacles out and lands dead on the ground. That'll take us out of combat.
Hell yeah.
Nice job.
Hell yeah.
Well, that was interesting.
So, the 5 of you stand in these living quarters. 3 dead Gricks laying around you. The panic room door is still closed. A dark hallway in front of you. The emergency light still poof, 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 down the hallway. You can see, if you're looking at the map here, that there are... that is the incorrect one. Let's do that. At least from your vantage point, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 doors in front of you down that hallway.
I would
Wait,
like to...
you said we get a health potion, right?
Everybody has a
Yes.
health potion. Yep.
How do I find that?
Just go to manage inventory.
Yeah.
And then you can add it.
Potion of healing. Okay, thank you.
Well, they're kind of, whoever's healing themselves up, I'm going to make my way to the first door to see if it's unlocked.
Okay. You go ahead and you walk over to it and try the door handle, and it opens up with a in front of you.
I'm going to go ahead and cast light again. Oh, since it's still all lights are off, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and kind of just cast light on the door itself as it opens on the edge of it. So it kind of lights it up the room as the door opens.
All right, cool. So the scroll that you had a light on before on the table, it darkens. So Elias, Vezka, Harry, you guys are all kind of on the edge there. So the light that was behind you, you turn and it's gone. But the light down the hallway now, you see the door is lit open, and the light kind of moves in the hallway as the door moves. So what is originally lit up down the hallway darkens as that door swings open into the office that Zaza now stands.
I'm going to go ahead and see if there's anything of importance in the office.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
10.
Okay. So as you open that door and you cast light on it, you very quickly see that there's a nameplate across it that says Dr. Valeria Livia. Inside of the room, you see a small writer's desk against the wall to your right. There's a light green leather chair in the corner on top of what looks to be a threadbare carpet. With a 10, when you walk in, the first thing that you notice that's kind of hard to miss is that threadbare carpet, while nice, you can see there's a worn path in it. And just looking at it, you kind of can make sense that this looks like somebody has probably paced back and forth on this carpet over and over and over again, trying to think of solutions, trying to think of something. You see on the walls whiteboards with equations and different steps and diagrams of large like pods and chairs and things that you can't quite make out. Additionally, as you go through and walk down by the desk, you see notes that are on the table. You see, as you flip through these notes, you find a diagram of what looks to be a green vial, and then you see an additional like stoppered compound, and a few notes that basically say that the two parts need to be mixed in the synthesis laboratory, and must be, you have like, most of this is in black ink, you see in red ink, must be administered when the subject is asleep or unconscious.
I'm going to go ahead and, since no one's by me at this time, I'm going to go ahead and just put that, fold it up and put it on my bring bag for information for later.
Great. What's everyone else doing?
I am
I'm
healing
looking
myself with cure wounds.
Okay.
I'm really so ready.
So a quick as you feel your these bite marks and the sucker marks start to like heal and scab over, and then the scabs disappear with this like fresh new skin.
And I can use cure wounds while in wild shape, so that's the main reason why I use that one.
So the fur, the panther fur that you have, it starts to heal up as well, and just kind of giving you that sleek black exterior.
I use my potion to feel a bit better.
Okay.
And then make my way towards the leap.
All right. And Harry, I heard you saying something.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way up to this next door right here, see if there's anything in there.
All right. So this one you go to check, and it kind of like and also opens up. With this, you step in. And here you see two tables. The door that you push open, the nameplate on it says research laboratory. The larger of the two tables in this room are covered in notes and lab equipment. You step over to the smaller of the two tables and you look and you find diagrams and blueprints and research notes. There's a small light that's lit over a small book that also has handwritten research notes throughout it, and shelves line the walls with books. As you look closer, give me an investigation check on that book.
Investigation. 5.
A 5. You go through and you flip through page after page after page of handwritten small doctor style notes, and you can kind of read it when you're studying it, but again, the light is a little dim. you can't really make anything out of what you're looking at. When you flip it over, you do see you see the name Jameson on the front.
Guessing you cigarettes?
If you're searching for that, go ahead and make another investigation check for me real quick.
10.
With a 10, you go over to the larger of the two desks. Sorry, the name on the book is Dr. Jameson Hague, Hague. You go over to the larger of the two desks, and you're looking around. You find there's a lab coat that's laying across it, and when you peek through, you find a pack of cigarettes. And as you pop it open, you see that out of a box of 20, about 10 are gone. But you also find a rolled up note, and it just says, "These will kill you, you know," and then like dash Valeria.
We'll pull out 2 of them and fucking light them and smoke them at the same time.
Badass. Okay. So just double fisting, I guess, but
I already fucking died in this place.
Great. So, Dick, what are we doing here? Posty.
I'm gonna go up to the next open door and check it out.
Open door?
Okay.
Not open door, but unavailable room that we haven't opened.
So this one up here?
Yeah.
Okay. This one, as you walk up to it, you notice the door is already cracked slightly. I need a perception check from you.
$18.
With an 18, you can see there's a slight shifting in the air around the door crack. And then you get a whiff of this noxious gas that makes you start to cough uncontrollably. With an 18, you hear movement behind the door.
I'm gonna snap my fingers behind me to kind of get the other's attention without yelling it. And there's something in here in this room.
Fucking kill it.
I'm gonna bound up to it. Still in panther form.
As I see like the panther go back, I'm gonna kind of just veer on the backside here. Since the hallway's already packed, can't jump over.
I'm gonna
Looks like I'm
take like
right up
a
the rear.
kind of cloth and cover my face, and then just my sword still in hand from fighting, just kind of like pushing the door open to see if I can get a better view of without going in.
System malfunction. System malfunction.
You push the door open. And we'll find out what you see after we come back from our bio break here for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Ba-ba-bum.
All right, see you at 8:20, 10:20 Central, 11:20 Eastern. You guys are doing good.
If you yell at me like that in front of my friends again, you bitch.
Just roll better.
That's crazy.
Love
All right.
you.
Love you too. Raggy motherfucker.
I'm your king. Well, I didn't vote for you.
Skublu now controls the hill.
I'm a potato.
Hi, chat. Cammy Bear, I hope you sleep well. Thank you all for being here. It's kind of crazy for a bit. I was trying to get my character made and just... I wasn't getting it left, right, and center. You're such a... I adore you. Okay. Okay. That. Wave the camera. Focus, please. It's not focusing.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know. How would they know?
Okay.
How would they know? How would they know? I can't. I can't. Oh my god.
Thanks.
And you didn't even fall over.
There's not enough space to fall over. Ugh.
Look at this guy.
Oh.
Liz, not only is that,
Huge. No, don't do that.
Well, hello there.
Hello. You know what my favorite thing is when your music stops playing.
Did it?
No.
Not yours.
I'm confused.
His music stopped playing.
His music.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
But it's your fault.
That's what it sounded like, right?
It's for sure your fault.
It's someone's fault.
Waiting on one more? No, got Shane here, just no camera. Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that. Didn't want anybody to see my tits.
All right. So, we come back. You push the door open. Red emergency lights flash. You hear an alarm klaxon. A large metal and glass chamber stands before you. The glass broken and gases leaking out. Noxious gases from the broken pod fill the chamber, while glass and ammonia solution cover the floor. From the dark corner behind the chamber, you hear shuffling and what sounds like choking.
My kind of party.
Can I talk in wild shape or no?
I think you can later.
I'm just gonna say for the purposes of the one shot, and I may be wrong, and I don't care. Sure.
I think we just close
Homeward
this
bound
door
it.
and move on.
Or hear me out. We go in.
You can't breathe in that, can
first.
you?
It's just a little poisonous, which I may be slightly resistant to.
Be my guest. Go on in, sir. I'm going to kind of back up against the wall.
I'm gonna pat him with my big paw and kind of usher him through the door.
Wait,
All right.
that's not the only way, is it? Oh, it's not the only way. I thought that was the way we like. We'll go through the other doors first.
As you go to leave from behind the chamber with the broken glass, you see a figure in a white lab coat start to move out, kind of like moving and contorting in unnatural ways. I need a perception check from, let's say, Dick, Vezka, and Harry, since you're closest.
Perception, you said?
Yeah.
That's 6. Fucking bullshit.
30-20.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
This is my first good roll.
There you go. The two of you can see that one of the arms of the coat is ripped and a syringe protrudes from the arm. And you can kind of hear, like...
Oh.
If I shoot it?
Put him out of his misery.
Okay.
Are we sure that's not who we're looking for?
Yeah, he's twitching and stuff.
It doesn't look like he can inject or science much right now.
From behind the long, dark hair that's covering the face, you hear a woman's voice say, "Compound antidote."
I don't know what antos are.
Compound antidote?
She looks, the head kind of snaps towards you as the rest of her kind of... Do you have the antidote?
Yeah, I've got the antidote.
I was going to say the same. I'm going to take my crossbow and aim it.
Okay.
Because he didn't give us the antidote.
He did. He gave us the thing.
I have the vial of
did.
the antidote.
Can I hear this from where I am in the hallway or no?
Since you're furthest back, I'm going to have you roll for it. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
14.
With a 14, you can hear voices coming from the room. You are able to pick up compound and antidote, and you're especially able to hear Dick and Harry make their remarks about it as well. So you hear the words a few times.
Yeah, so is that who Stoutbrand wanted us to find? Is that the lady?
Yeah, we're about to give her the antidote real quick.
Oh, hold on. I have that antidote, but the only thing is they have to either be sleeping or unconscious from a note I found in the office.
Oh, so I gotta shoot her in the head.
No, we gotta knock her out.
Whoa. That's who we said we had to give it to. Why would you shoot her in the head?
What? I didn't get paid, so I'm it's either gold or blood.
but we need her to be able to get the antidote to. I think it was James was his name.
Jameson.
I'm gonna cast command again
Okay.
and just fall asleep.
Okay. What is the save on that?
It's a wisdom 14.
Okay. With a 13 wisdom, or I'm sorry, with a 13 roll and a +0 on the wisdom, you watch the body start to, and
I'm your
as
king.
the
Well, I
eyes
didn't
start
vote for you.
to droop,
Raya now controls the hill.
you hear her say, "Combine, save Jameson," and falls to the ground asleep.
Ta-da! And then
I think she said combine and save Jameson, so I should have shot her in the face, right?
No.
Unless Jameson's got tits.
It's not about what the Jameson's got tits, but we're here to save Jameson originally, but that's who he wants to save, and that's who she wants to save. Should we just leave her asleep and move on, and if we can, save her later?
Listen, fairy godmother. They said one. And she's easy pickings.
I say we just close and lock the door and keep her in here until later.
Stout Brand said to get her the last of the compound to make the antidote.
Yeah, she said combine and give it to Jameson.
Combined with what?
I don't fucking know. She's asleep.
Can I pull the note out of my pocket and reread what it says again?
Yeah. So the note that you found from the office showed that the vial that you have has to be mixed with a secondary compound. And additionally, you guys have found another note that said that it needs to be handled in the synthesis chamber. The synthesis laboratory.
And what is the number 5? I don't see that on the list. What is this? The synthesis laboratory that we're at? Do we know that?
Wrong one. Sorry. That is, you can tell it. The door, the nameplate on the door says experimentation chamber.
All right. I personally say we move on, but we got to lock this door behind us and make sure she doesn't get out while she's sleeping. I don't know how long your spell cast is, but we need to move on to the right room to
asleep for another 8 hours. Or whatever normal sleep. It doesn't have like a, I don't think, DM, correct me.
I'm playing hard and fast with this. The sleep spell is what generally puts people to sleep. So you'll find out how long this lasts.
All right.
Okay.
Do we tie her up or something?
We can.
You know, she's all like.
Well, it's poisonous, and then I can't go in there with the poisonous gases. Are you able to go tie her up?
He's immune. Be our guest. Go.
I don't have any rope. Okay. I'll just like close the door and lock it.
There's no lock on the door.
All right, guess we gotta kill her.
Close the door.
Yep. Close the door and moving on.
All right. Close the door and move on.
Going to go ahead and try to open up that door at the top of the hallway.
Okay. So you go and click into it. The door opens up pretty smoothly in front of you. In here, you've got a room that has a few different control panels, a few switches. As you investigate through, you see a switch that says Synthesis Laboratory, a switch that says Experimentation Chamber. You also see a screen, like a readout, that says Cold Storage, and it shows basically a temperature gauge on it. And right now, the temperature gauge is showing just very little heat inside of the cold storage room. You also see a couple of other dials that basically say like mix, synthesize, experiment.
I think I found the room that we'll have to use to power up to mix in this vial with the antidote for you, Captain Jameson.
Okay.
Right, so do we go into the next one?
Oh, work your way down the hallway. Do you see it down there? Anything down that hallway?
Let me take a look. And I'll go around the corner and see what I can see through the darkness.
Okay. So as you go around, there is a room to your right, which is already open, and you see green lights coming out from it. In front of you, to a distance, you can see a little bit of an opening here, and then darkness in the room ahead of you. There is no door here; it's just an opening. You can somewhat see the shape of what looks to be a telescope that you would assume to be in the dome there, and then a bit of a hallway.
I'm your king. Well, I didn't vote for you.
Skublu now controls the hill.
Hey, Jameson, you in here? Your girlfriend's dead.
No answer.
He's not here. Oh, he's dead. And we waste our time.
Probably just at least keep looking for her.
Okay. Walk in. I'll walk up to this. See if I see anything.
Okay. So looking inside, here, you'll be able to get a good look inside, and you do see a telescope in front of you. You can see all the way to the wall ahead, past the telescope. It is closed for the evening, so it is not open. It does not look outside. The blizzard, they went ahead and closed down the dome.
Anything of interest other than
in this hallway?
The telescope?
Not much. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Investigation. 15?
Okay, an investigation check. You look around and you listen. You don't hear much. And then you think you hear like nothing else.
Well, no time like the present. Walk up to the next door.
Okay. This one, for anybody who's worked in food service before, you see a large steel door in front of you with a metal handle, cold storage written across the nameplate on the front.
I'll open it.
Okay. You go ahead and open her up. Is everybody else with you guys? Is Zaza and Elias? Everybody come along with? Okay, great. You open it up, and as the door opens up in front of you, the cold air pushing out through. Looking inside, you can see a couple of shelves, some crates. You see a bunch of vials that are lining the shelf in front of you.
Does it recognize any of the vials? Anything useful?
As you walk in, go ahead and make an investigation check for me. Or a medicine check, whichever's higher.
I already rolled. It was a 9.
Okay.
Investigation.
9, it takes you a while. You start opening up different crates. You start to move stuff around. You're looking at the vials, and everything's like right now is so frosty that you can't see anything on the name, on like the little labels that are across any vials. You go to open up a crate, and you like look over as you do, and you look at one of the labels on a bottle on the shelf, and you could swear that it says like COMP. And as you continue to open the crate, all of a sudden 2 swarms of rats come pouring out of the box in front of you. I'm gonna need everybody here in a minute to roll initiative for me. Let me unhide these guys, and go ahead and end this. We will add that. All right. Let me see here. And move that.
23.
Okay.
Five.
Zaza, you got 23?
Yeah, 19 plus 4.
Okay, Harry got it as well.
20.
20.
I got a
Nice.
23.
Okay.
Got 9.
Harry and Zaza, what are your dexterities?
Plus 4.
Dexterity plus 4.
Okay, I need rollies from the two of you. Go ahead and roll a d20. Highest wins.
11.
4.
All right, so Zaza wins again. Okay. 5 from Dick, right? 9
Yeah.
from Elias. Terrific. Okay. We will go ahead and start our combat with Zaza at the top, Harry on deck.
How tall is your character again, Dick? Like, 'cause I know Harry's short. Are you short as well? Or are you kind of like human size?
I'm tall. I'm taller than a
okay.
human. Mhm.
Okay. Is there space for me to shoot past Dick to get into the door? Like a spell?
Dick was in here opening up boxes, so
Okay,
those
okay.
swarms jumped up around her. So yes, there is room.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
I'm gonna put 2 of them on Sworn B and 1 on Sworn A.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll to attack. You're like,
So the first one's a 7.
You have to be up here because where your character is.
I don't know why I moved.
Okay.
The first one's gonna be a 7 to B.
7 on B is gonna miss.
The second one on B is gonna be 23.
That's gonna hit.
And then the one on A is gonna be a 21.
That will also hit. So go ahead and roll damage for the first one on B.
That'll be a 9 fire damage.
Okay, 9 damage. And the damage on A.
2.
Okay. So the first scorching ray hits into the wall, basically the door frame of cold storage. The next 2 go poof into the swarm of rats. The first swarm of rats basically like kind of like flies around. All these cooked crispy rats just go flying, like falling onto Dick and everything. The second one, it just kind of catches a couple of the ones on the side. So yeah, right now, pretty good on the first one. Dick is covered in rats, and the second one is kind of a little crispy.
And I'm gonna be done there. Yep.
Okay, terrific. Harry, you're up with Vezka on deck.
I'm going to shoot at a swarm of rats. B.
Okay.
That is 15.
15 is going to hit.
5 or 9.
Right, 9 points of damage on swarm B.
B is a Bravo.
All right, how do you want to do it?
I just want to aim at it and kind of just like bank the arrow off the ground so it just like cuts through.
Sick. So the cold frozen ground is even harder than normal, so it skips off.
Nobody's
and you
gonna
watch
know.
as like 3 or 4 of these rats just get like a rat
Nobody's
skewer
gonna know.
as it
They're
goes
gonna know.
flying through it.
How would they know?
Yeah.
Right. Swarm of rats B is gone. Any
How
bonus
would they
action
know?
for your movement?
How
No.
would they know?
Okay.
I just.
Vezka.
Oh my
up.
god.
So I'm going to do the pounce trait. If the panther at least moves 20 feet straight toward a creature and then hits it with the claw attack in the same turn, then they have to do a strength savings throw or be knocked prone, etc., etc. So essentially, I'm just going to pounce.
Terrific. Okay.
So-
I love it.
Oh, never mind.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, because I'm not close enough. Because I got a thing that's called the Dark One's Blessing. So if I'm near somebody within 10 feet, I get 7 temporary hit points every time we kill a enemy.
Gotcha. Yeah, you are correct. You were just a little too far. All right. You make your pounce attack. Go ahead and roll to hit.
14.
14 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh, that's 6, 7, 8 damage.
Okay. 8 damage. Zaza, by the way, you were definitely within range of at least one of the Gricks that got killed in the last combat. So if you want to take that 7 for the Dark One's Blessing, go for
Okay.
it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, you pounce in and just like just throwing rats all over the place, like chomp down on a couple of them. You manage to really cut a swath through these rats. There's a few left over. Any bonus action for you?
Well, so they need to do a DC 12 strength savings throw or be considered knocked prone. And if they are knocked prone, I get a bite attack.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, they're rats, so they have a -1 to their strength. They did roll a 15, so that's a 14.
So they pass. They're not prone.
Yeah. Okay. It's a bunch of little rats. Unfortunately, they can just kind of as soon as you swipe through.
Yeah, I'm gonna essentially stalk, like, so that way I'm not in the way of people.
Nice. I love it. Okay. That brings us to the swarm of rats. So we've got Dick on the left, Vezka on the right. We're gonna say even is left, odds are right. So we go ahead and roll a 12. Evens are left. So the swarm of rats goes and attacks. It's going to attack the Dick that's right in front of them. They're going to do. Hey man, you made the name. I'm gonna run it.
That's right.
They will go ahead.
I am
and,
massive.
a lot of. That's gonna be a 11 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. All right. Also, I will just tell you because I just read it on the stat block. They're immune to prone.
Okay.
So, all right. So they try to bite, but they've got a panther swiping at them, and you're just kind of like stomping around, and they can't bite you. So, that takes us to Elias.
Alrighty. Is there a spear where I can?
Is there a spear?
No, a spot where I can get a good angle on the rats.
That'll work. Kind of fighting through. Natural one's gonna mess things up, but
Well, happen. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Firebolt.
okay, go for it.
24.
That is just going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
9.
9. How do you want to do it?
So I feel like the rats probably all kind of. I mean, they got a panther. They got an arrow flying through them, and just kind of like right over the top of Harry. Elias kind of like flourishes with his wand, and it's like, see this kind of like mote of fire like come off the wand and like sail over Dick's head and just kind of land. As the rats are kind of like backing up against each other because they're they're getting tag team from both sides. You just see this kind of like right on their backs and just burn up.
Perfect. You just, it's like all these little rat feet on their backs are just like turning into ash in front of you and then quickly falling because it's so cold. Like, awesome. Okay. And with those gone, Dick, you're going to turn your attention back to that shelf and that bottle that you saw right before those rats jumped at you. You do see compound experimental on the label.
I'll reach in and grab it out and kind of hold it up to everybody. I think this is what we're needing.
That would be it. We
Right,
got to
now-
take it to the synthesis laboratory with what I have and get them to mix.
I'll hand it.
What do you have? Chlamydia?
Somebody lock him in here. No, we had rats, and then I'm just gonna hand the vial over to Zaza.
We'll take it and go into the synthesis laboratory.
Okay. So, you grab the vial. Puppy.
Tucker.
You head into the synthesis laboratory. When you get in there, you see a couple of different machines that are set up. There are a couple of... There's one machine in particular that you notice. Go ahead and roll a medicine check for me.
12.
Okay, 12. You notice that there are 2 empty chambers in this machine that you can tell are connected by a series of pipes, like small pipes on the machine.
I think I found the machine that I need to put these in, but I'm not quite sure. Anybody able to come help and see if their knowledge may help?
I'll take a
I'll
look.
go help.
Let's get medicine checks from the 2 of you.
16.
I'm your king. Well, I didn't vote for you.
SW now controls the hill.
The 5, you walk in and you look around and you're like, this isn't magic.
This isn't magic.
I don't know what this is. With a 16, you look around and confirm that the machine that has those 2 empty chambers in the piping, you notice a conduit line, basically like an electrical line that is running from the machine to the wall, and then you're able to follow that power box up a pipe that goes across the wall and through the wall towards the control center.
So does it matter which one I put in which one here, or just give her a go and we got to get some power back going over here to get these mixed together?
Yeah, this isn't really something that like I've studied before.
Maybe use your little shocky hands.
What do you think, Dick?
Sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and hand her the vials. Like, well, I'll go to the control room and see what I can find out for how these things can turn on a mix. I'm gonna kind of walk my way over to the control room while she's seeing that she's connecting them.
I'm gonna go in here and stalk around.
I'm gonna like slowly kind of follow behind Zaza because like I'm like I don't know what's going on.
Is it this room I'm supposed to be in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the chambers, the empty chambers that you see, you can see two ports that appear like they would take the two vials that you currently have in your hand. One in front of each of the empty chambers.
Okay, do I see anything that would indicate which one to put where?
You see a couple of runes
Mhm.
that are above each one. You don't
Okay.
currently possess the knowledge needed to understand which runes are which.
And look around the room and see if there's anything that would give me any indication of that.
Gonna make an investigation check for me.
15.
Okay. As you search around, you find some like paper on one of the tables, and it starts talking about synthesis chamber, the different type of equipment that you're working around. You do see like diagrams for those chambers. You see the runes across both of them. You see a handwritten note above saying, "Ask Valeria for information on which chamber to handle."
Let's leave it sleeping, huh?
Below that, you see chemicals are volatile, must be handled in correct way. Valeria is the one who handles safety.
Okay. Did Zaza give me the vials?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna set them gently on the table.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead, walk out, go back into this room. I'm gonna kind of like kick the door in.
You don't do that.
I don't.
Because you walk up to it and the door is already open.
Oh no. Okay. What do I see inside the room?
Perception check.
I don't like how smoky sound right now. 16.
You look in. The red lights still flashing. The alarm still going off in the room. You still see like the gases kind of like coming out of the broken chamber onto the floor where Valeria used to be laying.
Well, shit.
Cool.
I'm gonna walk into the room. We might have a small problem.
What would that be?
There's a specific spot to put these things. The person that knows these things is not where they should be.
What do you mean she's not where she should be? You put her to sleep. You said she'd be to sleep for hours.
Well, she's not there, so clearly I was wrong.
Well, we need to find her and ask her where they go.
Or 50-50.
Do you really want to test that 50-50?
Do
What if there's another? What if there's another? You could push the go.
Jesus Christ, no. So I'll walk back down the hall or just kind of scan through the rooms to see if I can see her in any of these areas.
And I'll kind of holler down the hall when we walk out to Harry and Vesca, who comes running past, that, hey, we need to find Valeria.
Can I sniff her out?
I get to shoot her again.
Yeah, I'll let you try that. Go ahead and make a. I guess you could do a survival or investigation check with advantage.
So I have keen smell as a trait. The panther has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell.
Fuck it, I'll allow it.
Okay. So just do a wisdom check.
Yeah.
You see her come around the
21.
corner, go, I smell like bees.
21. All of you see this panther just start like as it's walking through the hallway trying to discern where she could have gone. You have a little bit of trouble with the ammonia in the air. It's like kind of really messing with you. But at one point, like you get close to her office. And as you follow in there, still you look and the room's empty. But you get close to a wall, and when you look up, you see that there is an open grate into the air handler system, into the ventilation.
Air in the vents.
Which is that 3 or 4? Is her office?
That is going to be numero quattro. So you come down here.
Thank you, Double, for answering. Yeah, I'm gonna go up into the vents.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me. The DC is 15.
Oh, that's a nat 20. -1, so 19.
There you go. All right. You pounce just up into this vent. It is tight. So you immediately have to kind of hunker down, and it's like a cat finding its way into a glass jar. It's just like, right, as you're trying to like push through. As you push forward, you see like a T intersection very quickly, right? Because it's close, and then you got the hallway intersections in front of you. And as you come through, right as you get to the intersection, you find a open book in front of you.
I'm going to grab the book in my mouth and kind of like crawl backwards with it and deliver it to Dick.
Are you keeping it open or are you closing it?
Keeping it open, like just as it's laid open, just kind of like where the bottom binding is, and just grab it and drag it back.
Perfect. So you pull it out, keeping it open the whole time. You kind of like fall out of the thing, but manage to land with like feline grace, and take it over to Dick. So Dick takes your book.
It can't read.
Oh, I'm just gonna thumb through it, see if there's
Okay.
any more information.
Look at the page it's open to first.
I thought you said you closed it. Did I miss that?
Yes, you missed that. It's open.
Okay, I'm looking at the book.
Okay. So the page that she brought to you, as you look through it, you have a bunch of notation on the left. Failed experiments, experiments like 71, 72, 73, and different notes about what failed, how the mixture broke down, how the test subject either showed no change or died horribly. Then you continue to read through, and you see it. Test 85 it shows success, and on the right it shows diagrams of the machine in the synthesis chamber, and you see the serum that they created, which parts go into which on the machine, and which runes were that they're based on. But when you flip the next page, you see a warning that says, in case something goes wrong, make sure to reverse the order. And it shows an antidote and a compound that goes on the left and the right accordingly. And it shows the runes above it.
Perfect. So I will go back into the room and put them in the ports accordingly.
Okay. So you take the vials, take the antidote in your left hand, you plug it into the left-hand side. You watch as it immediately flows out into the chamber. The compound from cold storage goes into the right. It flows out into its chamber. And the two liquids are now in their two sides, their two empty chambers on their sides of the machine.
Is there anything else about the machine that I need to do anything with, or like to get it
Make
started?
a medicine check for me.
13.
13. You look around, and after filling them up, you don't really see anything. And then, like, a light starts like boop, 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 at the top. There is no switch. There is no lever. You just see a blinking light.
I think I did it.
Alvin, do you see anything on the control center over there?
It's blinking.
For you, Zaza.
I
you
mean,
do-
Slim, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just called him Talmer. Oh, it's Elias.
Yeah, anything different on the control panel? Any lights or anything like that?
You do see a light starts blinking on the mix, the mix control panel. This one is next to just a thumb switch.
So I can flip a switch and it says mix.
Give her a whirl.
Have a switch.
I'll flip the switch.
Okay. You flip the switch over in the control room. The light goes from to a solid. You start to hear. Be cool if it did it. Super cool. Glad I prepped these. Lights start blinking across the panels in front of you. There you go. You start hearing processing. And then in the synthesis chamber, that light, that blinking boom, 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 goes, turns solid red. And you hear the chambers that have the fluid in them go and empty out. They empty into one single chamber, and I can't remember what it's called, but like not a flange. Anyway, it just starts spinning. You see, and you watch the two compound and antidote go in at separate times into the processor, and it combines in a proper way, and it turns into a bluish, slightly glowing liquid. That liquid in that single chamber goes down as well and empties out, and then a small tray pops out of the bottom of the machine, and a vial of that blue liquid is in the tray in front of you.
In front of me or them?
You.
Me. Okay. All right. I'll take it out. I got to the hall. Where do you guys think we should take this?
Probably to the
probably to the
last
guy.
door.
Okay.
She's gonna walk over to the door.
Yeah,
Try to
you
open
should
it.
be bringing it back to Scout Ranch. He wanted this thing.
Okay.
You try that door.
No.
Okay. You're from the observatory behind you.
Gonna put this somewhere safe, and I'm gonna tuck away the vial.
Back away from the observatory towards Tope.
Dick and Vezka. Both of you are in front of that observatory entrance. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
8.
13.
The 8, you look in and it's dark. You can't see a lot in there. The 13, also dark, but when you look in, you can swear that eyepiece of the telescope in front of you, it almost looks like it's kind of bobbing up and down a little bit. And as you look, it kind of looks like the telescope is starting to just like settle.
Hey, cast your light over here.
Saza?
Sorry, I couldn't hear that again.
Cast your
Cast
light.
your light.
Cast your light
Yep,
in
I'll
here.
I will go up and touch it. I will touch the chair that's right around the corner here and cast the light because I have to be able to touch it.
Okay. You touch the chair and kind of brightens up. You get a solid look at the telescope in front of you. The light is kind of shining off of that. And you know, past I mean, here you got, let me see. 5,
It's a
10,
20-foot
15, 20.
Oh,
Yeah, so, I mean,
actually.
you get a pretty good view of this area down here. As you look up, the top of the dome is probably standing about 30 to 40 feet above you. And looking up a little bit further into that dim light, you're pretty sure you see a shape.
So I can cast Moonbeam in my wild shape form.
Okay.
So a silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range.
Okay. What point are you choosing?
So, is that the radius?
Yeah.
So it seems like he's above here from what I can tell with the way this moves, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have it circle the base there, essentially.
Okay. So you cast Moonbeam. This white, bright light shows up. And with that, what does Moonbeam do?
So any creature within radius has to do a Constitution saving throw of 14.
Okay. You strike this moonbeam down, and all of you look up at the top of the observatory, and you see long talons at the end of spindly fingers and rows of serrated teeth in a face that are the first things you notice from Jameson's new hunched form clawed into the roof of the observatory. The moonbeam strikes him, and he kind of at you. His Constitution saving throw. That is going to be an 18.
Okay, so he only takes half as much damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Damage is 6, so he takes 3.
Okay. Right. And with that,
Hey guys, I found him.
go ahead. We are going to go ahead and roll for initiative again. So let me just go ahead and put this. Don't do it yet. Let me add everybody.
Harry, you're a terrible
Now, go
listener.
I clicked it before you said it.
All right, Zaza, what do you got?
Nat 20 plus 4, 24.
Incredible initiative out of you.
19.
But my attack rolls suck half the time.
All right. This large trollish figure swings down from the top of the rafter, from the top of the dome, slams down onto the telescope, and starts to drag its nails across as it slides down the length of the telescope and jumps out of the moonbeam right in front of the three of you. We are in initiative. Zaza, you are up first with Harry on deck.
Wait, did we give all initiatives?
I went through and showed me all the ones you'd rolled.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm going to cast a 15-foot cone of burning hands towards him since I'm so close to him. And he's going to have to do a dexterity saving throw of 13.
Okay. Oh, dexterity saving throw. That is an 11.
Okay, so he's going to take 4d6 fire damage.
Okay.
He's going to
nice.
take 16 damage of fire.
Jesus. Okay. The burning hands, you put your fingers together and this fire comes flooding out of it in a cone in front of you. The fire lights across his body and immediately starts didn't like it. Do you have any bonus actions you want to run?
Yeah, I'm going to also cast Magical Cunning, and it's going to just reinstall my pack magic spells that I've used already. So, and then that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Harry with Elias on deck.
I am going to shoot him with my short bow.
Okay.
19.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
10.
10 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any bonus actions for you?
No.
Okay. All right. Elias, you were up with Dr. Jameson on deck.
I going to missile.
You're breaking up there a little bit, but it sounded like magic missile.
Yes.
Okay, great. What do you cast that from? A wand or from hands? What do you do? Wand.
My wand.
Great. Elias reaches out with the wand. You watch these red bolts of light immediately fly out, and magic missile just makes contact. So go ahead and roll damage.
First bolt is 2. Second bolt is 5. And the third bolt is 2. So a total of 9.
9 points of damage. No save or anything on that, right?
Nope.
Cool. All right. Yeah, tough round. He immediately is caught on fire, jumping out of a moonbeam that is like burning his skin as he comes. Then gets just hit with magic missiles and not happy. Also gets shot with an arrow. Boom, boom, boom. With that, it is Dr. Jameson's turn. And as he swats the fire off, he looks at the spellcaster that just lit him on fire, and with that, immediately you watch as his red eyes just focus on you. He grabs the chair that you have cast light on. He is going to take his multi-attack, which is 3 rend attacks. So the first attack is going to be a 13.
Miss.
21.
Hit.
And 19.
Hit.
Okay. So 2 hits. We'll go ahead and roll those damage. The first hit is... it's going to be 15 points of slashing damage. Second attack is 13 points of slashing damage. So that's a total of 28 points of damage. He takes the chair and smashes it against the wall. As you try to duck down, all he has is a chair leg left. He smashes back, slashing across your chest, and then hits you with the bottom of the chair leg across the head.
Ow! I'm gonna kind of stumble back a little bit.
Okay. All right. That is going to be the end of his turn. Vezka, you are up with Dick on deck. Vezka's busy.
I am going to move the moonbeam back over him.
Okay. Dexterity, right?
Constitution.
Was it Constitution saving throw?
Correct.
Natural 1.
Five damage.
Okay. What kind of damage is that?
Radiant.
Okay. All right. The moonbeam comes back over top of him, immediately kind of as the pain sinks in. Any bonus actions for you? Or was that your bonus action?
It just says that it's a magic action.
Okay, so that's an action.
Yeah.
Okay, any bonus action?
Can I get by him without invoking an attack of opportunity?
The spot that you got up to, I would say that that's about as far as you can go without getting an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So
then I'm just gonna stalk back.
These spots are okay. If you go back to here, you will get an attack, because that goes into the 5 feet away. Here, you are still within 5 feet.
So I am considered like within range. Like I'd have to disengage to not get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, you're in melee right here. So no attack, no attack, no attack. If you come here and get out of range, that will get the attack.
Okay, then I'm just gonna stalk over here.
Okay, great. All right. Dick, you're up.
I'm gonna cast Divine Smite.
Okay.
I think.
Divine Smite is a reaction, I believe, unless it's.
Oh no, you're right.
2024 might have changed, but I would say hold it, and if you hit, then cast.
Okay, sounds good. Actually, hold on. Let me try.
2024 might have fucked things up.
26 fire. No, that's good. Okay, that's fine. It is a bonus action. At least that's what it's reading on the character sheet.
All right.
I'm
Are you going for a
gonna
melee attack.
I'm gonna go for melee attack.
Okay.
Longsword again.
Okay.
What was that? 14.
14.
Tell me you're lying.
Just misses.
It just hit. It just misses.
Just misses.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
You swing through and you connect, but this hide, this super soldier serum, it basically like and there's no damage.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I'm your king. Why didn't vote for you?
Kumbi Magic now controls
Zaza,
the hill.
you're up with Harry on deck.
You're muted.
With being so close, I'm going to go ahead and cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
And swear to God, my Shocking Grasp hates me tonight. And I want it because that means I can like leave and not get attack at top. It's a miss. Doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Again, whatever security system is in this building that is like stopping that electricity from happening, it works again. Basically, you hear like from the facility systems, and you feel that as it just kind of dissipates from your hands. All right. Any bonus action for you?
Posty, just close it. Don't fucking turn it off. You're messing.
Wait for 2 seconds.
When you hit me last time, what was the damage to me? What was he hitting with?
It was a rend attack. And I think he did 18 or 19 points of damage. No.
Right, I got that
28.
all in. Yeah, I got all that in. I was just because I got a reaction for absorb elements if he's using any elements. So if he doesn't attack with element, I gain. So okay.
Gotcha.
We're good then.
No, unfortunately not.
Good to go then.
Okay. Harry, you're up with Elias on deck.
I just realized that I should move my character. I'm going to put him right here, and I'm going to do another bow attack.
Okay. Roll to hit.
21.
Yeah, that'll hit. Roll damage.
5.
Okay.
5.
5. All right. So boop boop boop. Do that. All right. Perfect. Any bonus actions for you?
No, sir.
Okay. Just gotta check one thing here. Sorry. Interesting. Okay. All right. So that then brings us to, where is my screen? Oh, that's fine. Yeah. All right. You went ahead and took your shot. 5 points of damage. You watch the arrow into the chest. It kind of, tries to shrug it off. Elias, you're up.
I'm going to yell out, like, while preparing my wand to cast a spell. It's like, are we supposed to give him this thing?
He's supposed to be knocked out. We're working on that.
And I'll cast Firebolt.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
It's a nat 20. +6.
Yeah, all right. That'll do it. Go ahead and roll
Can't
damage.
you talk this one to sleep too?
That is 8 damage.
8 damage. The firebolt hits, and the flame spreads across the skin of Dr. Jameson. He's gonna hear that again as it gets struck. Any
I don't
bonus
think this
action
is
for you?
making him sleepy, guys. No bonus action, no movement.
Okay. That brings us to Dr. Jameson's turn. With that hit, with the firebolt that hits him, he looks away from Zaza and focuses on you and charges. He pushes straight past through Dick and Zaza for you. I will. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Veska, you will get an attack of opportunity.
Hell yeah. I am gonna reach out.
Touch faith.
Would we not get one too because he ran through us?
No, you're lucky you're still standing.
I don't feel very grateful right now.
Again, it depends on where you.
He's still within the
are
5 feet of
relation.
us.
He's within that melee range. He just pushed through you.
Does 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit. You go to swing, and again, just kind of like bounces off this hardened hide. And with that, Elias, he comes down and just starts hammer fisting at you 3 times. First one is going to be. Where's the plus on this? It's a 19 on the first one.
That's definitely gonna leave a mark.
It's a nat 20 on the second one.
It's been nice, guys.
Bye.
It's 21 on the third.
Yep.
Okay. First one, regular damage.
How do you want to do this?
First one is 10 points of damage.
Ow.
Second one is the critical. 18 points of slashing damage. Third hit is normal.
I'm already down on the ground.
Okay. Third hit as you fall and he smashes down onto you is an additional 10 points of slashing damage. What's your health total?
26.
How much was the first one? 10. What was your HP before that? Did we go through?
I was 23 before.
23. Okay, so that took you down to 13. The second one was
18.
18. That took you down to -5. You're
That's
at
not
negative.
enough to
You're at
make-
-15. So you have avoided an insta death. Okay.
Really?
You guys watch as Elias just gets and gets ragdolled into the hallway. Veska, you're up with Dick on deck.
Yeah, so essentially I'm gonna go back to being Veska. That's a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead, which makes Moonbeam go away because it's no longer being concentrated on.
Okay. So Toll the Dead is a concentration spell?
It's an instantaneous, but I figured since I was spellcasting something else, I lose that concentration.
Only if it's another concentration spell.
Oh, okay. That was my bad.
So I can put that back out there. But like you said, it is you're close as you're like dancing along the edge of that moonbeam.
Yeah. I'm small now. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a wisdom savings throw.
For Toll the Dead?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Let's do this one. That's a dirty 1.
Oh, amazing. So since you failed and you're missing hit points.
Yes.
Oh, so sorry. So you failed, so you get hit with necrotic damage and you're missing hit points, right?
Yes.
So instead of taking 1d8 necrotic, you take 1d12 necrotic.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
And that's going to be 6 necrotic damage.
Okay. 6 necrotic. Jameson, as he's smashing down, all of a sudden he hears this boom inside of his head, and it rocks him for a second. And like almost looks to Elias like, did he hit him so hard that he just reverberated his soul into his brain? And
Yes.
kind of like looks around, definitely trying to figure out where that came from. All right, so that's your action, your bonus action, your movement. Okay. Then Dick, you're up.
I am going to run up behind and try to stab him in the back.
Okay.
For the love of God, please hit.
I'm
hits. No,
I'm gonna give you
rolling
DM
advantage.
inspiration. I'm gonna tell you.
Hell yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you to go find a real fucking dice.
Okay.
That one.
I'm not even kidding. It's a 6.
Okay. The dice gods have spoken. You hit him in the back, and it doesn't do anything, and you're just kind of like, it's like you guys, for all of you behind you, just hear like clang, 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 clang as she throws her sword. Any bonus action for you?
Yes. Would I be able to make it to, probably not, to Elias safely at all to touch him?
Still within the 5.
Roll a d20. No, give me an athletics check, and I will say it sucks, but you're trying to get around this guy who's blocking this hallway. It's going to be a 15.
16.
You just made it. So you get angry and you're just like, move out of the way, fucker, and kind of like shove him to the side as this tolling the bell kind of like, he's basically Sandman right now, or Venom, where he's just like walking around as this like the tolling is like pounding in his head. So you manage to get this little like way of being able to sneak past and get over to Elias.
Okay, I'm gonna do lay on hands in a healing pool, and it's gonna be 10 points of healing.
Okay, there you go. So as the final smashing happens and the darkness is starting to like encroach upon your vision, Elias, all of a sudden you see a very angry Dick show up in front of your face and put its hands on you.
Yo.
And shock you back to life. You are brought back to life by this angry Dick.
Fantastic.
Okay. Elias on the ground as he comes back to life. All right, that's your movement, your bonus action, and your action. That brings us to Zaza at the top of the order with Harry on deck.
I am going to cast Command.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Halt, which is a Wisdom saving of 13. Okay. And if he fails, he cannot move and cannot take any action nor any bonus action for his turn.
Okay. All right. So it's a 13 Wisdom?
Yes. And he's also in the prone position, too.
Prone. Okay.
Yes.
He rolled a 3 with a -1. That is a 2. So as he is like walking around with his head, gets pushed to the side, and all of a sudden just kind of stops. And you said the prone comes with halt? That's wild.
Yep, it says the effect is prone.
Okay. And he hits his knees and falls to the side.
Well, I was a little bit worried. Can we try getting a vial in him, whoever has it?
Yeah.
I think he has to be unconscious.
Which my turn is over then at that point as well.
Is he unconscious?
Actually, I'm going to move out of attack of opportunity.
I wouldn't
he's
stand
just
in that
out.
moonbeam.
Got hurt.
I will give you the opportunity to step back out of that before you get burned.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So he hits the ground and looks at you, at everyone there, and is, right now we're waiting to see. So you said that's it. You're doing the command, and then that's it.
Yep, that's it. That's all I can do. Yep.
Okay, Harry, you're up.
Get a fucking arrow inside his skull.
Okay. You have two different parts of disadvantage here. One, he's prone. You know what? I'm gonna say because he's such a big bitch that no, the rules is written prone is disadvantage on a ranged weapon. So go ahead and shoot. Disadvantage.
With advantage or at disadvantage?
Disadvantage. Ranged weapons on prone targets are disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Disadvantage roll.
So he's prone, but he's still
14.
Like rolling. 14 just misses. So he's rolling and it shoots over top of him. Any bonus action?
No.
Okay. Elias.
Oh, wait.
Plug into life, baby.
Harry, you said wait. Am I waiting or not?
No, you're good. Sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
All right, Elias, you come back to life in the prone position.
I am going to bonus action Misty Step. The fuck out of that situation.
Okay. All right.
And
So you guys watch as Elias wakes up, look around, poof, disappear. And then poof, reappears down the hallway.
And then I will cast Firebolt.
Okay. Ranged attack, disadvantage.
Oops. It's 10.
Okay. The firebolt, you still have Dick in your way as she's standing there. The firebolt, like right over Dr. Jameson, hits against the wall on the side, fizzles out.
I got dicked over on that one.
Yep. Action, bonus action. Any other movement?
No.
Okay. All right. With that, we come to Dr. Jameson's turn. We are in the command of Halt. Does he have to try to remake the save every time?
Nope, he's just stuck in that for one turn until his next turn comes up, and then he's out of that prone and halt. Then the command ends. So it says for the spell, just says for halt, on its turn, the target does not move and takes no action or bonus action. And at a higher level than 1, I can affect an additional creature, but there's just the 1, so that's it.
Okay, give me just a quick second here. I don't have access to your sheet. I mean, I do on the other one, but it's a pain in the ass. Let me look at Henry's here real quick, so I know he has command. I've got it. One more command. Halt. On its turn, the target doesn't move and takes no action or bonus action.
And then in my list, it says effect is prone.
Okay, so one turn of command, it drops.
Yep, just Yep.
Okay, so he continues to just kind of roll prone on the ground. What you do notice, because this is not an action or bonus action, some of the charred skin, some of the wounds that have been affected onto him, you watch as they start to stitch together and close while he's rolling on the ground. Veska, you're up with Dick on deck.
As I see him essentially like healing, like his skin coming back together, I'm gonna do produce flame. I'm gonna cast produce flame.
Okay.
And throw the firebolt at him, essentially. Like.
Okay. So little, like a mini firebolt, like pops out of your hand on top of him.
14 to hit.
Just misses. Basically, it hits his skin, and this time kind of like just dissipates into steam. Any bonus action?
And
I will say that was a ranged attack on a prone target that was disadvantaged, so yeah, it would. That's the highest you could get on that.
Bonus action. I could do produce flame again and try it again.
Okay, ranged attack disadvantage.
Um, 16.
16 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
1.
Okay, but you see the fire start to lick across the skin again. Any movement?
No, I'm pretty comfortable staying next to my pet moonbeam here.
All right. Dick, you are standing in front of a prone troll, a prone enemy with a melee attack you have advantage on.
I have advantage?
Yes.
Thank God. Okay. $15?
With advantage. It just hits. It hits.
Finally.
It hits.
Yay.
You strike down with a righteous fury and slash into its skin. Roll for damage. Roll for damage.
What's the difference between why do I have a D8 and a D10 option?
Are you using a shield right now?
No.
Okay, if you don't have a shield equipped, then I will say that you are using it two-handed. It's a versatile weapon. If you have a shield, you use the 1d8. If you don't have a shield and you two-hand it, you use the 1d10. So if you don't have a shield equipped, one plus what?
That's it.
You're a half-orc paladin with a non-fucking...
Wow, you really beefed up your orc over there, huh?
Did you build this orc with an intelligence? I'm so
Possibly.
proud of you. Can I give you just from one paladin to another? Can I give you something here?
Mm-hmm.
Use that bonus action and divide smite this motherfucker.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Takes an extra 2d8 radiant damage from the attack. Right. Damage increases by 1d8 if the target is
Okay. Roll damage.
Okay.
Is it 2? Is it fucking 2? Did you roll 2?
The dice gods do not want you to play today.
No.
You don't get to play paladin.
Can you roll actual dice, please? I thought we switched away from digital dice.
It didn't matter. It's still shitty too.
It doesn't matter. 1d8.
Well,
right?
looks like I'm adventuring with a stack of potatoes.
I can find it. Okay.
I'm in disbelief.
I'm gonna 1d8. Hold on. I got a
See.
6.
Okay, I'll let you replace one of the ones.
I'll do the
2d8.
radiant damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 7
it's
points of radiant
2d8?
damage.
It's 2d8.
Yeah, you nerd.
So do I get to roll it again?
Sure.
4.
Okay, that's 10 points of radiant damage.
I'll take it.
All right, 10 points plus the 1 from the greatsword. So 11 damage. You don't have a plus modifier on your greatsword? It's not
I
like
literally made this in
1d. I guess so. All right. Cool. Somewhat righteous fury. You're a little tired, and so it's like bonk. But then as you hit it, your sword goes bright gold, and you watch this holy energy just bonk right into its head. So she's like, bitch.
It's like holy water.
Yeah. All right. Any movement for you?
No.
Okay. Zaza, you're up. Harry, you're on deck.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Burning Hands, which is a dexterity saving throw of 13.
Okay, he automatically fails. He's prone and
Okay.
can't move or make anything. So
Okay, so he's going to take 4d6 fire damage,
terrific. Go ahead.
which is 17 fire damage.
17 fire damage. Not looking good. The fire licks across his entire body. Crispy. You hear him like as the pain really sets in. Not looking good. Bonus action or movement.
Nope, because there I am.
Harry, you're up.
It's an arrow to the face.
Arrow to the face. Roll with disadvantage.
14.
Bonk. Flies right off. Bonus action?
No.
Okay. Elias.
I will cast Firebolt again.
Okay. Roll to hit. Range attack. Disadvantage.
Eight.
Goes over. Jameson stands up. He is covered, like the skin is starting to like fall off of him, starting to drip. He looks back at Zaza, who just successfully hit him and will rush you again. Harry and Dick, you have attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. Arrow.
Okay, now you can roll straight.
21.
That hits. Roll damage.
5.
Okay. Arrow to the back. Dick.
Am I rolling?
Attack of opportunity.
Oh.
Great sword. Slice.
Physical dice.
No, because I got a 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That hits. Yay! Roll damage.
Yay. Don't do that.
Yay!
3.
3 damage. That's great. You did it. All right. Now he runs and he smacks the shit out of Zaza 3 times. Plus 7. So let's see. First one, that's a 26. Second one's a 14. Third one is an 18.
Yes, no, yes.
Okay. It's going to be 10 for the first one. And terrible. 6 for the second or the third one.
That's going to put me in death saving throws by -2.
Zaza falls. All right. That's his turn. Veska, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of meander over here. And cast Toll of the Dead again. Do wisdom savings throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Great. I think it's a -1, so we're gonna call it a 10.
You got a 10?
10.
Okay, so he passes.
Okay.
Bonus action, going to do produce flame and throw it at him.
Okay.
Just kidding. That was an 8 to hit.
Yep. It lands on like Zaza's face as he's falling. Like.
That's my turn.
All right. Okay. That puts us to Dick.
Okay. Same thing. I'm gonna try to really stab him in the back.
Okay, go for it. Really stab him.
I really 9.
Just doesn't have it. Doesn't have it today. That's all right. Bonus action.
No.
Okay. Zaza, death saving throw.
Yay, 13.
13. That is one success. Harry, you're up.
Okay. Go attack. Okay.
10 misses. Bonus action. Nothing. Elias, what do you got, man?
That's me. Well, he's up now, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast Firebolt at him again.
Great. Roll to hit. Natural 1.
I don't need to do anything else. I'm good.
Okay. That puts us up to Dr. Jameson. He turns and he's been shot in the back multiple times by arrows. And he's going to rush Harry and take 3 rend attacks. That is going to be an 18, natural 1, and a 14. What was that? 1 or 2 of them?
2.
2 of them. Okay. First one is 12 points of damage. The second one is 10 points of damage. Okay. He's still swinging, but tired. You can tell it's starting to. This is getting to him. Veska, you're up.
Does moving where he did, does that provoke an attack of opportunity for me?
No, because he moved into your range.
Okay. I'm going to cast Healing Word on Zaza.
Okay.
$15.
Nice. So she speaks these healing words, and again, as that blackness starts to like close off your vision, all of a sudden you come back and you feel that life come into your chest.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to emit a draconic cry.
Okay.
And it grants advantage on all attack rolls for me and my allies until the start of my next turn.
Terrific. Okay. Any movement?
If I do, he gets an attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to say, he's not looking at me, so I think I'm just going to chill right where I'm at.
Sweet. Okay. That brings us to Dick. You've got advantage on attack rolls.
Yeah. 15.
That just hits.
Okay, beautiful. And 1d8. No, wait.
1d10 with if you're two-handing.
So no. I wanna switch it first. I wanna
Okay.
use my short bow.
Okay.
Don't forget you have advantage.
Yeah, I already got right. Oh, so
Okay.
double for that too.
You can roll 2d20s and take the higher.
Okay, I understand that. I did that, but am I taking advantage on the hit as well?
No.
Okay.
So short bow.
26. 1.
Okay. If you still have the spell slots, you can do another divine smite.
I don't have any more spell slots.
Okay. Zaza, you're up
I'm
on your back.
I'm gonna kind of just sneak up just behind him, and I'm gonna do a chill touch on him. Or actually, hold on, wait, no. Okay, actually, I'm gonna do shocking grasp with the advantage.
Dude.
Okay.
What? No, I need to.
Okay.
15.
That just hits. As you feel your hands start to go that charge, and you hear the facility start to like stop the discharge, you hear like as the system powers down.
And then it's gonna be 7 lightning damage, and it's also going to, he can't make any opportunity attacks until the start of its next turn.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
Wait, we're knocking him out. We're knocking him out. We're not killing him.
I'm not gonna kill him. So when I kind of sneak up behind him, I'm gonna kind of put my hand on the back where there's been numerous amounts of arrows from our fellow archer over there, and I'm gonna kind of just stick my fingers in and do a little bit of shock, enough to kind of like just enough to shock him out and like knock him out on, and not fully kill him out.
Perfect. You run up, put the hand on, you like throw yourself up onto his back to get your other hand on there, and it's basically just like a clear. And as you do, you see the eyes of Dr. Jameson roll back and kind of smashes onto the ground, still breathing, but currently unconscious.
All right, who's got the vial?
I do.
He's out.
Put another arrow in him just in case.
And then I'll pour the potion into his mouth.
Okay. So you pour it in, and for a moment, you don't see any change. And then you start to see the muscles underneath the skin start to... You see the bones in the arms and the legs start to... comes back and shorten underneath the skin. You watch as this skin, which has been a greenish tint, starts to fade back into a more pale flesh tone. And finally, after 30 seconds of transformation, you see a regularly sized human male, gray beard, gray hair, wrinkles on his face, unconscious in front of you.
Can I cast healing hands on him to kind of wake him up and give him a little bit of regen?
Absolutely.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my hand over him after I just got done shocking his back kind of in the same area, and kind of just shoot life back into him through those holes and kind of heal those wounds up on him.
Yeah, clear. And he comes back to consciousness and looks around at everybody and... Who are you?
Veska's gonna come up, grab him by the shoulders, and fucking headbutt him. What you're doing is unnatural and disgusting, and she's gonna like throw him backwards a little bit.
He's gonna look around at everybody and go, "Did that kobold just talk to me? Am I still dreaming?"
No, that kobold is definitely talking to you.
What happened? Where's Valeria? Where's Gradius?
One of them's in an event or something, and the other one's hiding in a closet.
You hear, Dr. Jameson, this is Dr. Gradius. I'm in the panic room currently. We need you to synthesize the final antidote for Valeria. Over. And he kind of, I thought that might have happened. I wasn't sure if that was a dream either. Yeah, let me finish the synthesis to turn her back. He kind of pushes himself up. He runs into the synthesis chamber. You all follow him in. He's pulling out vials of different stuff. He starts plugging it into the machine. He runs over in the control center, flips down a couple of levers, fires up the mixture. He runs back in, and the tray pops out, this time with a reddish vial. He takes that, plugs it into a syringe, and he starts walking around down the hallway and towards the living quarters, and looks up and he goes, Valeria, if you can hear me or understand me, I can fix it. I can fix it. And you watch as one of the vents opens up and a ghastly creature drops down on top of him. Red eyes, serrated teeth. He falls to the ground. And as she goes to bite into him, he sticks the syringe into her neck and fires. And she stops and rolls over. And you watch as the second transformation of the night takes place. Valeria gets up slowly and she goes, I do not like this experiment, Jameson. Jameson goes, I truly do not either. We fucked up. The panic room opens. Gradius walks out. I think it's time that we take a break from this type of experimentation, don't you? All three begin to agree. And as the five of you stand around the group, your vision starts to move. You hear that sound start to play through your head again that you heard earlier in the night. And everything starts to pull away. And it starts to go quiet and dim. And finally, black. And all of you wake up in your time, in your place, in your world, in your universe, in your tavern where you fell asleep. Your party around you, your life ahead of you. And with that, we close tonight's session.
Yay!
The best it didn't.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Nice. That was good.
Sorry, I know that one went long. Apologize.
You like it good.
It was my fault. I made us start really late.
It's okay. Everyone had that was this is a one I wanted to try to make a a little different from what we've been playing lately. So I thought it'd be fun.
It was blessed.
Well, that's fun.
Super fun.
So fun.
Blessed. Is that what you said, Posty? It was blessed.
I said it was a blast. It
Oh,
did
a
not
blast.
feel blessed off my rolls.
Thank God.
No.
Yeah, your rolls were dog shit.
All right.
Folger dipped, man. I give him credit for
Oh,
staying late.
no, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Just
I
my
give you
cat,
credit
just
for
to make
being
it-
here like 40 minutes late from what you normally are. So
And
Yeah,
the sarcophagus
I gotta
has to be.
sleep over in the morning.
what?
Alright, and you go to bed.
I gotta get up. I gotta get up in like 4 hours.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Have fun,
And a
guys.
sarcophagus.
Bye.
Yeah,
Sarcophagus.
all weekend. Yay.
Yep. Nice. All right. Well, I will be heading to bed here soon as well. Glad you guys enjoyed it.
Thanks for the fun.
Absolutely, it was so fun.
Good night.
Good. I like it. I've got a book of
Yeah.
them, so we'll figure something out.
Ooh, hell yeah! One shot wonders. That's awesome.
Yep, it's really cool. So, all right, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Good night.
Why are you not working? There it is. Hi, everybody. I hope we had fun with that one shot. All right, let us go find our raid target. So glad nobody died. It was really concerning there in the beginning. Super concerning. No. You don't have to die on a one shot. It's just if your character does die, it's kind of considered less tragic than if you're in a campaign. All right, we are going to go show some love to NPHJR. And I will see you guys another night. Bye.